Hello everybody, this is jaydenshaunts, and today we have to unbox and set up is another prop from Beastcraft. This is going to be Dead Seed that is sold in collaboration with Spirit Halloween and Beastcraft. I love this prop. I had an opportunity come up that I was able to get this thing and I jumped on it. It is so cool. You can't really tell from this side, but UPS had an absolute field day with this box, just like the other one. We're going to hope he's okay. The other one was perfectly fine. It's beyond incredible how well it's made. One of the best made items I've had that isn't a pneumatic. It's just phenomenal. So we're going to open this box and see how he is and show you how he goes together. Okay, so since this box is pretty much just completely trashed, I can't really store it in here anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and just completely cut the box open from this side here and just trash the box. Because with as many decorations, especially heavy ones that we have, this one would not fare well. Because this is definitely one that I would have needed to put on the bottom of everything. And I unfortunately can't because the box is trashed. So the first thing that looks like can come out, this is going to be, what is this going to be? Screws to fasten vertical posts to base frame and character platform frame. There's the wood all labeled, and there is a bunch of screws with that. Set that to the side over here. This right here is power and controller. Platform frame, there you go. This is platform frame. And it looks like for the most part here, but I'm perfectly fine. He isn't here upside down, but pull him out and he looks to be okay. There's some more things down in there, but I believe those are for the zombie. But if they do go to this guy, you will see it here in just a second when I lay everything out for you. But I'm gonna get this cardboard off of here. Okay, there's that, and we're gonna get this bubble wrap. Okay, there's one hand free. There's two hands free. Now we're gonna go ahead and free his face. I'm so excited for this because I love this face sculpt so much. And there he is. Look at that face. This, oh my gosh, I love this so much. There's those hands, are just beautiful hands. I love the way those look. And he's got this creepy cloth shroud thrown over him and the brown costume going down, and he's all covered in leaves. I'm really excited for this guy. This might be one of my all-time favorite props that I'm going to ever use. So we're going to get this guy laid out, show you everything he comes with, and we'll get to his setup. Here is everything that Dead Seed comes with. Here is part one of the base, and then this is going to be the rest of the parts to stabilize it with the base. A little baggie of screws to secure those stabilizers to his base. 4 wooden beams that will have the screws that are going to act as the legs for your Dead Seed. You have the torso part. This part is going to screw to the bottom half of Dead Seed right here. That lets you screw the leg beams into it. The controller with the adapter. And you have Dead Seed himself. Let's get to a setup. This is just kind of a rough look, but this is how it's going to look when it is screwed together. I have not screwed this together right quick because I want to show you in full how this goes. You're going to line up this green tape and line up the corresponding letters on the bottom. As you can see there, you can see a B to R and A to L. Those are going to line up right there like so, and so on. It's pretty self-explanatory. Once you see it, it is all written pretty clearly, and it is taped off to show you how it screws in. You will see these screw holes in here as well, and the various corners that they are supposed to go in. After utilizing this baggie of screws, this is what your base is going to look like. Again, you're going to want to make sure you matched up all of those. A1, B2, C2, and D2. And again, on the bottom, everything is pretty neatly organized. Everything is labeled properly. Nothing to really go wrong with, you could tell. And be sure when you're putting this together that you've got these parts that say bottom on the bottom. Again, when it's the bottom, it's going to be like this. Now we are going to attach the leg beams. After screwing all 4 of the vertical posts into the base, there will be 2 screws for each post, one on a lower side and one on a higher side. You will have 8 screws left. That'll be after you utilize this baggie, and those other 4 screws are going to be so you can screw the top part here. I have this inside out currently just to show you, but so that way you can screw this top part here that the character will mount down onto to the top here. After screwing on your character platform frame to your support beams, this is going to be what your current assembly looks like. Make sure you're matching your A to A, B to B, and C to C, D to D. Now we're going to go ahead and drape this cloth back on over our current assembly, and then our character is going to be screwed onto the top. This is how the top of your frame is going to look. Again, pay very close attention to the very clearly marked labels. There's going to be 4 little screws in a baggie right here to mount your character. Those 4 screws are going to go into the underside right here, or into the upper side of that rather, and screw your character down onto the frame. After screwing on your assembly, this is what you're going to currently have. I have his clothing kind of bundled up in his arms so you can see this better. But the cables for the wire are going to be in a little Velcro strip wrapped around there. You're just going to simply undo that Velcro strip and run the cable down his back. After undoing your wire, now just go ahead and readjust the clothing, get it on over the frame, make sure it's not going to somehow get caught somewhere. And then we're going to go ahead and pose his arms. And I'm going to go ahead and pose his arms like he looks in the stock photo. After posing his arms to your desire, all that's left to do is plug in the cable coming from the body into the cable coming from the controller. And you're going to plug that into any standard wall outlet, and he will go as he pleases. And here he is, all plugged up and ready to go. This animatronic from Beastcraft does not have audio. This one just has the electronic movement, which honestly doesn't even need audio. I love the sporadic movement and the addition of the hinged head. So that way when he moves around, as you can see there, the head kind of jolts around. And all this shredded cloth just flows and flies around. I'm really excited to get this going in the wind, because as you can see with the ceiling fan, it's already kind of blowing around, and I can't even imagine how it's going to look in the nice cool fall breeze of Halloween. My plan for this guy is to have him behind some corn stalks, or with some corn stalks literally right in front of him. So that way when he's moving around as violent as he is shaking those corn stalks and making all kinds of noise with all the husks beating against everything around him. And he's going to get quite a few scares. A simple motion like this can do a lot of good. You don't need some sort of spring-loaded jump scare mechanism to get a great scare out of an animatronic. I think I'm going to do amazing with this. Again, I love the programming. It's very sporadic in how it moves and how it very frantically changes speeds. This figure is standing roughly about, I want to say 6.5 feet tall. I'll measure it and put it right on your screen right here, his exact height, but I want to say he's about 6.5 feet tall, maybe pushing about 6'7", but we'll see. This animatronic from Beastcraft runs $890. I understand to some people that that's going to seem like a lot of money, but this is the pro industry. All of these things are made here in the US. The fabrication, the costume distressing, the painting, all of the sculpting, the paintwork, the detailing, all of this is done here in the US, as you can see right here on your screen. Various videos sent to me courtesy of the Beastcraft team showing you the hard work that all of their employees do with the molding, the sculpting, again, the fabrication work, the wiring, the electronics. All of it is manufactured and assembled here in the USA. Comparing this guy, the level of detail and quality, plus added animation, compared to what other professional companies are charging for their even just static latex props with just PVC interiors inside of them, this guy's a great price. A lot of those other static standing latex props with just the PVC innards are running you about $800 and $900, just depending what kind you get. Sometimes they're $700, and oftentimes those are only about 5 foot. If 5 foot, sometimes 6 foot, sometimes even smaller. After showing you all the behind the scenes there of the footage provided to you from Beastcraft, I want to touch base on the quality of this particular figure. Again, this is a very nice, high quality, highly detailed animatronic, handmade to order here in the US. As I've already shown earlier, you can see the incredible detail on his hands and his face. I'll do another clip with him unplugged so you can see all that. But I'm sure a lot of people are going to be seeing this setup and it's like, oh, half the frame is wood. I can easily just make that myself. I'm sure you could. It's just wood. I'm sure you can make it yourself. But all of the money happens from the torso up, with these beautiful sculpts, all of the welded armatures in there. And this is a pretty heavy prop. The torso alone, just from about where he screws in, about right here, he screws in right here, then going up to his head, that alone is probably about 30 pounds, or not 30 pounds, about 20 pounds rather, of just steel armatures in there, and that heavy duty motor that is giving him this nice, really cool, different speed, frantic motion that I really, really love. I have him unplugged for just a second so I can show you these beautiful sculpts, but this is his face. It looks one-to-one with a pumpkin. It is just beautiful. Divined, sharp teeth and chin with the pumpkin seeds inside looks so amazing. The hand sculpt is gotta be my favorite skeletal hand sculpt I have ever seen. This just looks so phenomenal. And this Creepy Claw Shroud, I haven't seen Creepy Claw like this used before on an animatronic, pro or retail, but I really like the way that looks when it's all tattered and cut up, and the addition of the leaves is very nice. I want to reiterate on this guy's price again, $890. Again, it's not a price tag for everybody, but if you have it in your budget, this is a really cool prop to step up your Halloween collection or Halloween display. I am really excited to get this going this year, as I just previously stated, behind some corn stalks and have them just throwing them around, making all of this movement and loud sounds with the hay and husks just bashing against each other and the fence and against him. So again, you don't need some sort of spring-loaded mechanism to create a grand scare. Something simple like this can be a really great scare for your trick-or-treaters. It's not a price tag for everybody, but it's certainly a price tag for someone. I personally really enjoy this prop, and I think he's worth it. Now let's go ahead and talk about the new October line that Beastcraft is going to be releasing July 5th. I did mention this just a little bit ago, but Beastcraft is releasing their October line that does include Bert Zombie here on July 5th, but that also includes Count Orlok, Tipsy the Clown, and Blorg the Hunter. All these animatronics will be releasing again July 5th through Beastcraft. They will have special sales that are only available for 2 weeks, and then they will be going up to their intended retail prices, which all those prices are on your screen with the photos. If you would like to see in-depth looks and demos of those guys, I would definitely recommend you go check out one of my great friends, Spooky Guy 444. He has a great in-depth video showing you the demos and a little bit of history behind a couple of those figures. I will have a link to his video down below, and it will also be on a card up on the top of your screen right now. Before I conclude this video, I want to give a huge shout out to our new friends over at Beastcraft for giving me the opportunity to give you guys an in-depth look at their new Ecno Dead Seed animatronic that is being sold through their Beastcraft website and through SpiritHalloween.com. I absolutely love this animatronic. If you can find it in your budget to purchase this guy, I think he would be a great addition to your Halloween display this year. I am very excited to use him in mine. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe.